They say love is patient. Love is kind. But what happens when love crosses a line?
In the quiet sanctity of the church, where vows are made to God, a different kind of devotion was being tested. A love born in secret, now facing its ultimate, agonizing judgment.
It began on a rainy Sunday evening, neath the cracked arches of the old cathedral. She wasn't supposed to be there.
And he wasn't supposed to feel anything at all. Yet there they stood, hearts beating louder than the falling rain. "It can't work, Lara. You know it can't, because I'm a priest," he whispered, eyes locked on hers, torn between duty and desire.
Lara's hands, already trembling, clenched into fists at her sides. She stood before the altar, the very symbol of his lifelong commitment. A commitment that now felt like a cruel barrier between them. She stepped closer, her hands trembling as they brushed against his cassock.
"I know, but knowing doesn't make it any less impossible," she replied, a single tear tracing a path down her cheek.
In that sacred place, where thousands had knelt to confess their sins, he found himself confessing his own. He reached for her, taking her cold hands in his. Their touch, once a source of electric warmth, was now a bittersweet ache, a fleeting comfort amidst the storm raging inside them both.
"I have to alter my vows, my entire life for you, but Lara, we're too different. The worlds we live in, they can't collide like this," he breathed, voice raw with conviction.
Lara pulled her hands away, a spark of defiance, almost a flicker of the fiery woman he had fallen for. She looked into his eyes, unafraid.
"Different is good, Michael. It keeps things interesting. It keeps life from becoming stagnant. Didn't you think of all that when we made love?"
The brutal honesty of her question hung heavy between them, like incense smoke refusing to fade. Michael recoiled as if struck, shaking his head, his face contorted with guilt and confusion. Regret etched into every line of his face.
Stuttering, unable to meet her gaze, his voice cracking. "No, Lara, it's more complicated than you know. My calling, my commitment to God, the expectations of the church, the people who look up to me, the scandal it would cause, it's impossible."
She cut him off, a flicker of profound sadness, almost resignation, replacing the defiance in her eyes. This was her last stand, her final, desperate gamble for his heart.
Lara took a shaky breath, fighting the tears that threatened to spill. "Pray tell, Michael, after all we've shared, after everything, do you love me at all?"
Michael flinches, his eyes finally locking onto hers, wide with a mixture of pain and unspoken truth. He opens his mouth to speak, but no words come out, just a silent, agonizing struggle.
The question hung between them. A chasm, his silence was a deafening answer. Yet her heart desperately yearned for a different truth. Just then, a faint metallic clang echoed from the back of the church.
Days turned into nights, and nights into confessions. Neither of them dared speak aloud. By day, he stood before the congregation, preaching of sacrifice and holiness. By night, his thoughts wandered to her, the way her laughter lit up the darkness, the softness of her touch, the fire she ignited in him.
And she wrestled with guilt and longing, asking herself if love that demanded so much pain could ever truly be love.
Then came the letter, sealed in wax, trembling in his hands.
"Meet me at midnight." It read, "One last time before you decide."
At crack of dawn, beneath the tall flowering garden behind the cathedral, they met again.
"If you walk away tonight," she whispered, tears catching the candlelight, "I will understand, but my heart will never forgive you."
"And if I stay?" he asked, voice cracking like old marble.
"Then you stay for love. Not for guilt, not for pity, but for love," she answered, her voice steady now, even as her heart broke.
In the hush of that hour, he took off his collar, placing it gently on the fountain stone.
"Forgive me, Father, but I cannot deny my heart," he whispered to the heavens.
He grabbed her hands and they walked towards the gate. Just then, the bells of dawn began to toll and the sound of footsteps could be heard around.
Was it sin? Was it salvation? Or simply love? actually human. In the end, they chose each other, even if the world chose to damn them for it.
Like, comment and follow for more stories.